fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. I suppose that today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up over all this. Get it together, Apollo! Athena! When did you get here? Just relax a little bit, will ya? You're getting yourself way too worked up. Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine. You know, I did a little digging on this Sahdmadhi guy. Apparently not you're one of the male prosecutor. Oh yeah? What did you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What is that supposed to mean? I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Man, this isn't going to be a cakewalk if that's true. I did say she'd talk to him first, though. Just hoping that went well. In any case, it looks like he's going to keep us on our toes. Guess I know you're ready. Well, I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now. I'm fine. There he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine! You say so, Apollo. The trial will start momentarily. Is the defense ready? Yes! We're fine! Trucy's fate and the fate of the agency rests on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever there was a time to shine, it's now. Court is now in session for the trial of Trucy White. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecution? Prosecutor Sahdmadhi? Thousand pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying? Yes, I see. You're a Coriniest monk, correct, prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I'm but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Orion. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I'm unfamiliar with the proceedings in this country and may make many blunders. Seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy. Now then, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace known as the Twilight Realm. Now let the last rites of the victim begin. Huta Sahdmadhi. He's really been making a name for himself apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, I wonder how that will come into play today. The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which he thrust the sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Manuel of Mystery, otherwise known as the Great Mr. Reyes. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. So his death was just an unfortunate accident. It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus that this was a murder made to look like an accident. I see. And you believe this crime was committed by the defendant. After thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much. So that's how it's going to be, huh? I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all. Very well. And now, let us hear from the defense. Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honor. If the defense wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning? My reasoning? Well, I had to say that my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more than concrete than that, do you? A fine demonstration of the fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Putrid mind? Prosecutor Sahdmadhi! Excuse me, but I don't...
Satorai Mao Mandomo Samashi de Tashi no Ketaragase Osoroka!
If you don't mind me asking, Prosecutor, what was that you were just chanting? I sure of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul towards enlightenment. It is a cryingest incarnation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a liar who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused. I see. So basically you're asking the defendants to get real? Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners and to guide victim souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell along with Trucy White. Now wait just 1 minute here. Putrid pit of hell? Is that any way to address someone in a court of law? Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, that may be the way you conduct trials in quiet, but I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here. Your Honor, that was but a Kawaiianist sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason. Oh, I see. I didn't realize. I guess they really do hate defense attorneys in Kauaian, huh? Even still, that was way, way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun. By defense, I suppose the way a prosecutor does things varies by country. Why don't we look at this as a cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it? What? Bailiff, please bring in the first witness. Uh-oh. I thought she said goodbye to the snackoos. Detective Sky, the courtroom is no place for gorging yourself. What's wrong with having a little snack? Girls gotta eat, right? She, seems a little stressed out. Detective Sky, your testimony, please. Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Juicy White is innocent. I'm sorry. Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Given the wrongdoer, false hope will only deepen her despair in the end. But I let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother. Fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got to sign tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Trucy. She and prosecutor Sahdmadhi don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Sky. Alright. Please take a look at this poster. It's a Troop Grammar poster from 13 years ago. This mirror is a little different from the one in Miss White's dressing room. This is a revised version of that poster. This one says cancelled under Mr. Reyes. That's right, Mr. Reyes left the troop after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Reyes' right forearm near his elbow. See the big scar there? He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick. Wow, it's quite a scar. Because of the accident, Magpie Grandma concluded Mr. Reyes was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magpie announced Mr. Reyes wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magpie's decision, Mr. Reyes tried to go on stage anyway. This in turn caused Magpie to ask Mr. Reyes from the troupe on the spot. He kicked Mr. Reyes out? That seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far? When it came to magic, Troop Grandma was so passionate. What should I say, extreme about that caused problems for them from time to time? Yes, they even cause this court unnatural troubles with their extreme antics. And now the troop's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troop's real talent was inherited by the right person after all. A future talent for criminality. You sound rather extreme yourself, prosecutor. Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor. As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Reyes apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troop. He would tell those curses I'll get my revenge on Troop Glamorized someday. Revenge? That certainly sounds antagonistic. And then his chance of revenge finally came. If you'd be so kind, Detective Sky. I guess I don't have a choice, do I? The victim plans to get his revenge on Troop Grandma during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Reyes was going to steal the Grandma notebook from the defendants. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge. And while he did in fact steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets. By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Reyes and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
That's nothing but conjecture!
Objection!
The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFame, gave the police a statement. He testified at this before the start of the show. Mr. Reyes said, I'm going to reveal all of Trip Grimoire's secrets on stage today. What? Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it? You're telling me. Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense. Oh? And what's that? Let it go. And move on. Excuse me? Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul or born in the flames of hell. No soul is ever fully clean. And yet be ever burdened with that sin in their next life. But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I have no intention of giving up. Lawyer. All actions have consequences, and yours will solely earn you the honor of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life. A stink bug? Noted, Mr. Stinkbug. I mean, Mr. Justice. Your cross-examination, please. The victim planned to get his revenge on True Grimoire during Chusi's magic show. Mr. Reyes was going to first steal the Grimoire notebook from the defendant. He didn't intend to reveal the secrets behind the magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and though he did in fact steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Beats me. What? The basis is beats me? I have to ask Prosecutor Sahdmadhi over there because he hasn't told me his reasoning either. Take this guy. You're feeding out of information to the defense is not gone unnoticed by my eyes. Bad karma actions go against your duty when impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, it may impinge upon your job at the form of a transfer. Please don't get me kicked out of the forensics unit. Anything but that! Poor Emma. She's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? There's aluminum tape in the understage passage. I realized that it had been moved. Moved so that Mr. Reyes would climb up into the downstairs coffin by mistake. What? Mr. Reyes, who was weighing in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder somehow on the left. He was climbing up into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Reyes was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved to melt the downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape. And of course, Detective Sky. Oh, that's right. I identified the defense fingerprints on the luminous tape. You what? You actually had proof? My defense. Are you finally ready to let it all go and move on? Absolutely not. Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your testimony. The defense prints were moved on the tape. I guess he must have moved it during the show.
objection!
I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony. Oh, really? The prosecution has claimed that Miss White's moved the understage tape during the show. Oh, to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time. It doesn't? Please consider the fingerprint results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints were found on it. That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on that coffin. I think you realize what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss White left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Oh! She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insignificant. Oh my! But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that. Well, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, as the defense's argument is true, you have no evidence that the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim. Let's see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. Well, then it's big bug at any rate. Come on, you can put me up to at least a stag beater now, can't you? Would it be any better? Of course! Way better! Stag beaters are cool! Those huge mandibles of theirs.
Shut it up!
The defense wishes to be pumped to a stag beetle. Answer me this question. Alright, shoot! No evidence that the accused moved the tape to respect the victim. The victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide. Entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it. So what you're saying is, the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right? Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. The accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose. That means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense could argue that it was involuntary manslaughter. I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, they could plead extinguishing circumstances. And the severity of the crime could be mitigated. Hence, you believe the accused did not murder the victim? You argue that it was an accident? This is it. The important question. The defense argues that Mr. Wayne's death was... The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And who's more? We believe it was committed by a third party. A third party? As in the true culprit? Is someone else? Make or unholy without grounds. The voice is as loud as you shoot, and your mind echoes as loudly emptiness. Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life. And then the murder of a vegetable? Wow. I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. This reason of yours then. Alright, before I give it, there's one question that we need to address. The victim was killed by some third party. And the sword that the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin? A very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go? Oh, I see. In that case, the defense is so wound had been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi? That is the third time. The third time of what? What the heck is this?
Satura imma o mandomo samashi de tashi no ketare gasse o soroka!
Ah! Ow, my head! What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learn, you need to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? If it is what you deserve for interfering with my secret last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Coranianism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh? A cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right? No, for I am not done with my sermon, and yet the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. It is great. In this case, you're that frog's defense. What exactly is your point anyway? Let's assume that for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who then had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see. The people in the show were Barney the Fame, the victim Mr. Reyes, and Juicy White. Barney the Fame was on stage through the entire show. This is confirmed by the footage from the show. This uses for only one suspect, Juicy White. Now do you see? The accused killed Mr. Reyes as he waited on standby in the underground. The understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, just making the murder look like an accident. Ah! And the great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided towards enlightenment. I can't believe I swallowed his strip crescent whole.
Objection!
Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here. Athena, what are you doing? Something I want to point out, Apollo. And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in courtroom. Incontinence. Okay, I thought that said courtroom and I closed my eyes for a second. That's why I went it that way. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity? I most certainly would. You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Miss White is a Gaur. Clearly. So you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come take her home.
Hold it!
But I'm not done with my sermon. You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, you know. Listen, if the victim was killed at the understage passage, then his body would then have to be hauled up to the stage right. However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She could possibly have hefted that large body up and put it in the coffin. That's true. It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it. What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's the child now? My religion. Priests of Koreanism are revered as the pillars of our belief. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective. There's the man who called this fair maiden a little child. The fair maiden. I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? But accused Sushi White, that is. You committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Can you explain how that would even be possible? Of course. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up. Huh? Wait, you really can't explain it? If so that argument will come to this, so I have prepared a witness. Well, I'm at your readiness, prosecutor. It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial. He couldn't have really predicted that thing would turn out like this, could he? It's pretty hard to believe. Excuse me, but may I step down now? Yes, I suppose you may. One moment, Detective Sky. I'm sorry for, the way I handled all of this. You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yes, you served well as a detective. You did not allow your personal feelings for interference. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Oh. Thank you? I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise. I guess he's a pretty nice person, like they say. As long as you're not up against him. Now then, let us call the next witness. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm a Lagmoth illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonner the Fan. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you. Please, witness, there's a time and a place for all things, including magic. Aww, but it would be okay if I do just a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody is waiting. That's my chance to shine.
Shut it up!
That is your second time. My second time doing what? There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct? No one exempt from His Holiness's rosary of suffering? May we have your testimony, witness, once you recovered from your disappointment. Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her, but I guess I have to, don't I? As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh? I hate her! I loathe her! I can't stand that Trucy White! Just because he's a little good at magic, he thinks he's all that. So this is exactly what that snithering brat deserves. So, you're a fan, alright? Of destroying Trucy, you mean? I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Reyes. I guess it's possible for a small ghost to lift the dead body up if she used the stage lift. Is it possible? Can Trucy really have? If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift number 2. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way. You were on stage the whole time. And you're sure about that? There is no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she is shown clearly in the TV show footage as well. I can't possibly have killed Mr. Reyes, not little old me. Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim on the stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty. You've got to be kidding me. Very well, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Reyes.
Hold it!
You said you were a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right? Yes, I became a magician because I wanted to be just like her. The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Bar. She was only in junior high back then, but she got up on stage with tons of confidence. And then she proceeded to win my heart with her astonishing tricks and winning smile. She certainly sounds like she means all that. So funny, being able to perform with her must have been quite a treat for you, right? Oh yes, after all, it was my chance to have her see me. Not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician. But then that horrible accident happened. It was not an accident. It was murder. Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman such as Trucy could have raised the body. Possible for a small ghost to lift the dead body up if she used the stage lift.
Hold it!
What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right? Well, actually, we did try it out for ourselves. You did? Detective Sky, if you would. Oh. So that's why you made me do that. Detective Sky, what did he have you do? The prosecutor asked me to try raising one of the male police officers with the stage lift. Without a single word of explanation as to why he was making me do it. You're kidding. And as if he really can foresee all of our counter-arguments. Do not underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother. More like haughty. Could have lifted the dead body up. Does that mean? Is it possible? Could Trucy really have?
Hold it!
Is what possible? Could Trucy really have what, Mr. Fame? Please finish your sentence. Don't try to beat around the bush. Come right out and say it. Why not tell this court what you really believe? I really believe. Of course. Of course I don't believe Trucy could ever commit murder. This amazing and wonderful magician would never do such a thing. But, taking all the facts into account, what else can I think? There are at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about Trucy.
Shut to them!
How can you attack the score when she is obviously speaking with resolve? There is such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice. It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing. and to help me stick my foot in my mouth. Bless your honor! Please describe what the accused might have used to lift the dead body. Alright. If she did use a save lift, I think she must have used save lift too.
Hold it!
Stage lift 2. You mean the stage lift shown here on the left? That's right. Of the stage lift. I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up to the stage. So that makes her the murderer in your opinion? Of course not. I believe it, Susie. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers. Oh, brother, how long is she gonna keep this locked up? That's what position the series of 2 in after the show. Let's see. If I recall, it was in the fully raised position. And the reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body. Wouldn't you agree? Slowly roll it over while you roast over the flames of fire. You evil red pepper. Somehow I'm also evil. I was gonna say it's for the entire show, by the way.
Hold it!
You didn't have a single spell moment to slip down to the understage passage? Don't tell me you suspect me now. I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you, yes. Are you kidding me? Don't spit on my head and tell me it's raining, lawyer boy. I'm not hearing the footage. Or are you too much of an idiot to see? Huh? Mr. Fame, are you feeling alright? You seem suddenly different. Where did that come from? Right. Oh my, I seem to have snapped there for a second, didn't I? You didn't just snap. You broke character just now. In any case, I was on stage the whole time performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance. Flawless? That's odd considering what you told me. You said that you made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat. Mr. Fame, to what is the defense refer? Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him on the left of the coffin. But I flipped it up and made him stand to the right of the coffin instead. Because of that mistake, Juicy had to move the stage lifts around. I feel really bad about messing Juicy up like that with my goof. Darn it. I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony. Now do you know who the real killer is? Come on, Gramps. Don't just sit there. Hand down your ruling pronto. Do it quick before you kneel over up there. I beg your pardon? Oops. What's got into me? I'm so sorry. I'll give her another 5 minutes before she tears off that mask. Her defense? Are you ready to let it all go now? Of course not. I'll never give up. I see. I suppose this too is fate. The sacred scriptures of Koraniism describe a variety of hells for the damned. For someone like you who struggles cursing against this fate, Paul Bulletin seems to be of most appropriate. People. What? Oh wait, that's Chinese. What's some terrible place this poor boy is in? A place where the more one struggles before the one falls into the abyss. At the bottom of the abyss, the ferocious beast awaits. Maybe that's something akin to Antoine's sand pit trap. Oh, there's one of those in my backyard. Wow. Curious, they're as close to home than I thought. Now then, it would appear that the witness's testimony supports the prosecution's claims that the defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim on the stage. How are we supposed to get out of this jam? Hey, Apollo, if you can't find any contradictions, maybe it's time to use analytical psychology. You mean? I heard some discord in Bonnie's voice while she was testifying. See? We're just picking up on the noise in her heart, too. That's right. Athena can hear things others can't with her super sensitive hearing. She can hear the emotions people suppress as a kind of noise or discord in their voices. Alright, Athena. Let's give it a try. You got it!
Hold it!
Your Honor! I'm afraid that our witness, Mr. Pham, is suffering under terrible traumatic stress due to this horrible accident. She is? Yes, but with that terrible death on stage, and her beloved Trucy gang arrested, she's under awful strain and shock. In fact, I don't know how much more she can take before she's unfit to testify. What? Oh, I've heard of that. What is it called? Post-stress disorder, right? It's where a person becomes uncontrollably angry, I think. I read about it somewhere. That's going postal, Your Honor. This is PTSD. Oh my. So that's why the witness acts so hostile at times, as if she were a different person. Yes, and I think her condition is clouding her memory of the incident. Therefore, I suggest a short therapy session for the witness. Hold it. Therapy? Yeah, no, the first thing about a magician's mental strength. I risked my life jumping through wings of fire and having my body sawn in half. Jeez, I have to watch my temper, don't I? Miss Sykes, please do whatever you can to help this unfortunate young lady. What exactly is this child planning to do, Mr. Justice? With her super sensitive hearing, Miss Sykes can hear a witness's true emotions. Simply from tone and inflection, she can tell exactly what a person is feeling. I can even pick out feelings that a witness is trying to suppress or hide. With the projects emotions I hear into the mood matrix where I can analyze them. It sounds like some sort of subconscious memory, though I find it hard to believe, I must ask. How do emotions constitute evidence? Well, I won't say that emotions can be taken as evidence per se. I have seen how instrumental Miss Sykes' work has been in cracking a case. Therefore, I wholly support giving it a try. I see. If you're in favor of it, Your Honor, then I have no objections. Even this mere monk can see that something disturbs the witness. Disturb you! Oh, thank you for understanding, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi. Apollo, you remember how to conduct a therapy session, right? You want me to lead the session? Of course! You're the lead on this case after all. Fair enough. Do I need a refresher? I think I still remember from the last time, so let's get right into it. Okie dokie. You ready, Widget? Let's do this. Because Trucy's the one who killed Mr. Reyes. Even she could move the body with that lift. I was on stage at the time. But that terrible mistake. My stupid flub caused Trucy so much trouble. I feel so bad about it.